goal. So a system that connects all the dots for supporting faculty, from hiring, from success factors, supporting faculty development, research, etc.
Let me switch to the issue of marketing, because that is obviously an important one when it comes to recruiting students. And all universities, as Tom said, Virginia Tech and all of us are experiencing a growth in online, but we're seeing a tremendous growth in places like Ashford University. And the online universities are seeing this growth, and it's happening in a very short period of time. So how did this happen, and how does the marketing that, say, Ashford University is doing differ from the more traditional model?
Well, I think, first of all, we do the vast majority of our marketing on the internet. And we utilize basically lead aggregators to do our placement of our ads for us. But I think the first thing is identifying exactly the populations that will benefit from what you offer. And so that's the initial step. And then one of the things that I enjoy doing is working with community colleges. Mm-hmm. And I always ask every administrator I meet with, you know, where are your needs not being met? And then I take that back to the provost of the university and I say, you know, this area of the country, evidently there's a large early childhood education need in administration, for instance, et cetera, and we are nimble enough to move forward and create programs fairly rapidly to meet those needs. So so we have both an online, you know, marketing presence where we really use sophisticated methods to target populations, and we also you know, go out and meet with people and find out, hey, you know, where are needs not being met, and I think the key thing is being flexible enough, nimble enough to create programs that meet those needs.
Pam, I'd like to follow up on that, because I would agree, even though Excelsior College is not for profit, we are a very untraditional institution and maybe resemble the Capellas and the Ashfords more than traditional. And I think that the growth in online is in part due to, I think, the kind of sophisticated marketing that we're hearing about, but I also think that it's also a reflection of the tremendously unmet need there is for higher education in the United States. For the higher education community to step up and meet President Obama's goals for degree completion, institutions that are non-traditional and online really are going to have to be a significant part of meeting that, or otherwise it's simply not going to happen. And besides the kind of community college partnerships and other things that we need to do, I think we need to take a very strong look at our transfer policies and how receptive they are to the experience of students. Most students transfer many times before they finish a degree, and every time they transfer, they're having to make up credits and pay more and more. And I think colleges and universities that are transfer friendly, which is also, I think, a characteristic of our institutions, will also see that kind of growth.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that portability of education is extremely important, and we're seeing even some of that, although we have a very targeted population at Virginia Tech, and it's a very you know, set population that we go after. But we're seeing that even in traditional, that there is that need for portability and that need to, and that's the beauty of online education, that you can take a course from the best of the best at one institution in one subject and the best of the best from another institution in another subject. And somehow, I think you're right, Dan, we have to work on these ways to combine that to provide a degree completion program.
Thank you. Those are good answers. I want to just ask, though, about master courses. Is everybody using master courses? You're at a public institution, you're at a public institution. We've got different mixes up here. What about that? And what is the faculty role in the whole course offering?
Well, I can share what Capella does. We have about 140 programs all online that equates to about 12 or 1,300 courses. We hire faculty, subject matter experts, to work with us to create the program if it's a new offering, or create the individual courses. And so we do that all ahead of time and package that for a consistent experience for our students. And so that faculty member or subject matter expert we work with may or may not be the person that actually teaches the course. So all that is done ahead of time prior to the quarter or semester launch, and then we have a set of faculty that come in and teach that course. We do that for a number of reasons. One is to ensure consistent quality, to be able to be predictable and scalable, but also because we are competency-based. And so the competencies and the outcomes in our programs and our courses are consistent. The assessments are consistent, so that we can ensure that at the end of a student's graduation, that they come out of the program with those outcomes that were intended and go into the workplace.
Good.
Bring that forward.
What about the Bush School?
In a traditional institution, normally you would have the faculty develop the course and teach the course. And while we do have some of that model, we've moved away from that in that we have what we call a course design map, and it's like a template that they fill in the content for, so the consistency is there for that continued experience for the student as they go through a program. We've also done some repackaging of courses to add emphasis areas in our programs and that type of thing. But primarily we do the same thing. We have a subject matter expert that we hire that designs the course based on the template that we have, and then it can be taught by a number of different people.
So they're part of a team in the development
Yes.
process.
Yes.
What about Virginia Tech?
Our faculty are all on faculty. About 80% of them are full-time faculty at Virginia Tech. So unlike Capella, we rely heavily on our full-time faculty. They're the same faculty that teach in the classroom. And that's worked very well for them. It does provide some challenges, but we design in terms of a team. We have a design map, a design process. We bring it in. We wrap a support team with them. They are the content experts. What we're seeing is departments now, and what we're stressing is developing a common course, a master course for that department, so you don't have 3 versions of a math course, 3 versions or more of an English course, but trying to pull that all together. That is working well. And then for scalability, we use a master faculty distance learning instructor approach, very similar to the British Open University, where we have the master faculty, and then as it scales out, we add adjunct faculty from around the world to the different sections. So we're set up, we can scale to keep the courses at a nice manageable size, but grow enrollment in that one
And I
course.
also know Virginia Tech has been very involved with course redesign.
Right.
And that's part of blended class, which
Right.
is a whole nother subject in itself. So there are so many things that are happening in the distance learning field, and we haven't even begun to talk about all the possibilities that we have. We had hoped to have time to talk about what free courseware and open source means to our environment and how this works. And I think we're all in agreement. We're not sure how this is going to work, and what does it really mean if something is free, and what good does it do a student for free courseware if you don't get the credentialing. So many, many things are happening, but it's important that we come together, share information. It's a wonderful environment that in a group like NUTN, we can assemble a group like this and sit at a table and discuss these issues and see how we can all improve what we do and reach out to serve that student. We all have a tremendous responsibility in serving the students of our country, and so if we can find ways to serve that student well, be responsive to their needs, and in the end make them be successful, we're all about that. So I appreciate very much the time that you've taken to come together here in Dallas with the LeCroy Center and talk to us about this, and we look forward to future discussions at our conferences and in other activities that we do as board members and as NUTN members, and as we serve our publics in our community. So thank you very much, and appreciate you coming here from Dallas. Thank you.